YouTube, what up? So, thinking about making that big move, huh? Getting your own truck, becoming a lease operator or own operator. Pretty good move. I figure, why work for a company all your life? You know, um, really, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you my experience with getting your own trucks or whatever. Short story. I'm not gonna tell you the long version, but I'm gonna tell you the short story. Um, before I got my first truck, I was working for a company and I was making about $1,200 a week after taxes. Yeah, they pay pretty good, and I basically talked to a friend who had his own truck, and he told me that he gave me an astronomical number that he was making. He told me he was making like four to $4,500 a week, like take home. And so, me being naive, I believed him. I mean, good thing I did believe him, but I ended up getting my own truck, and I didn't know nothing about trucks. I just knew how to drive them. But I didn't know nothing about the mechanics, the engines, nothing like that. So at first I couldn't get a semi. I ended up getting a straight truck because the company I was with, they had like 5 owner operators. Three of them were straight truck operators, and 2 of them were semi-owner operators. So I said that I would try to do the straight truck first, even though I was driving semis for them when I was with the company, but I thought like a straight truck would be cheaper. So I ended up buying a straight truck for like 5,000. No, I paid $4,000 for it. It was a $4,000. It was a 97. And this was in like 2010 or whatever. But they ain't had no stipulation on the years or whatever. So that's why I ended up getting a 97 or whatever. Now, come to find out, this straight truck was gas, and this straight truck was basically a piece of SHIT, basically. Like, when I first got the truck, I was having doubts when I was riding it home after I paid the dude the money and was riding it home because I bought it from a guy off the street. And so when I was driving it home, like, I started experiencing problems. Like, I had test drove it and it was cool. But when I got on the highway and started riding it home, I started experiencing problems. But I took it to the company and let them inspect it anyway. And of course, they failed me. They told me I needed a lot of stuff done or whatever. So I took it to my guy, and he basically took it to somebody who knew how to work on trucks, and they basically gave me a rundown of all the things that had to be done, and it came up to like $3,000 more. So at that point, I was like, man, like I was still in my comfort zone because I was still working for the company in the meantime, and I was still making money. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna sell that truck. Long story short, I ended up selling the truck to the people who demolished trucks for like $1,000, man. So that was a loss. But it was cool because I was still making money, so I really wasn't tripping. But then, like a couple of months later, I was like, man, I'm gonna get me a semi truck. So I ended up getting a semi truck. Didn't know nothing about it. Went online, looked at it. It was a 2007 Freightliner, Columbia. Truck was an automatic. and the truck had a Mercedes engine in it, and it had super single tires. Now, when I had a Mercedes car at the time, so I'm thinking like, oh well, it got a Mercedes engine. Oh well, it'll be good. You know, it's foreign. You know, I'm thinking it's foreign in my eyes. But when I took it back to the company and I talked to a couple of mechanics, of course they like, man, dude, never buy a Mercedes, never buy automatic, and never buy a truck with super single tires. Like when you catch a flat, you're gonna be on the side of the road stranded. You know, you should have bought the dual tires. I ain't know no better. So basically, they information went in one ear and out the other. And so I started making money with the truck. I had no problems out the truck. Despite anybody that I talked to and I told them what type of motor was in there, they always gave it a bad review. But I never had any problems out this truck until the end when I paid it off or whatever. Like the truck, like I paid like altogether like $27,000 for the truck. When I first got it, I put down $5,000. They checked my credit, that was it, and they gave me the truck. Now, towards the end, when I was getting ready, like I had probably like 3 more payments left on the truck. Like each winter, like that winter, like every time it got real cold, I was having problems with the transmission. Every time it got cold. Never had problems with the motor at all. Never. But that transmission, that automatic transmission, oh my goodness, that was terrible. And I can't think of what it wasn't a I forgot what type of transmission it had, but either way, that transmission was terrible. Like, and the wiring was terrible. Like whoever had the truck, the previous owner, they rewired it and everything. Like you couldn't even diagnose the truck. Like it was crazy. But that truck lasted me until, you know, like the 3 payments left, you know, and it was cool. You know, it was cool for what I used it for, you know. And that's one of the things, like you have to have, like, when I first got ready to get a truck, somebody told me like, man, you gotta have 10,000 saved and all this other stuff, and you know, before you get a truck, just in case it breaks down. Now, I was blessed that I didn't get into problems until I really had a nest egg, you know, but if I listened to them and would have waited till I had a certain amount of money, then I probably wouldn't have had the truck till like, you know, I probably wouldn't have had the truck till like a year from then or months from then, you know, but I jumped when I did, you know. But you do have to save money when you have a truck, because things go wrong that it's like something is always willing to go, something is always going to go wrong with a truck, that you always going to have to pay some type of money in it, whether it be oil change, whether it be tires, whether it be wheel seals. Like, it's stuff that goes wrong with trucks from it being used constantly, you know. So from it just riding on the road, like, it's stuff that you have to maintain. But man, like, I couldn't even find out the problem, that what was wrong with the truck, basically. Like, I ended up paying altogether probably about $11,000 that winter, that one winter. The last winter I had the truck, that one winter I ended up paying like $11,000 trying to see what was wrong with this transmission, because when it got super cold, it wouldn't go into gear. Simple as that. You know, long story short, it wouldn't go into gear. But when it warmed up, it went into gears like normal. So, like, my radiator had busted too, because I didn't know no better. It had an antifreeze leak, and I was putting water in it. So when it got real cold, the radiator ended up busting. So I ended up buying another radiator. But Um, so after that, I said, man, I did the old thing. I'm gonna buy a truck that's fairly new, And I ended up buying the truck I'm in now, 2015 Kenworth T680, which is also an automatic. Like, I can ride stick, but I like saving my knees, So automatics is decent for me, and the automatics I didn't had a lot of power, a lot of pulling power. So this truck, same thing, a little higher, but I put down $5,000 on this truck too, and they ran my credit, and it was all good, Now, like I said, I got a warranty on this truck. This truck. My first truck had, when I first got it, it had like 550,000 miles on it when I bought it. When I end up like basically selling the truck, it had like 870,000 miles on it or whatever. This truck I just got, this truck got 315,000 miles on it, and I got a 500,000 mile warranty, Now, with this truck being fairly new, I didn't have problems out this truck. I didn't have problems out the DEF system. I done had problems out of all my wheel seals. I done had problems out of like the suspension, the shocks. Like, I done had problems out this, and this truck is fairly new, And only thing that was covered by the warranty was the DEF. Also, I had a bracket break on me, which was covered by warranty also. But the wheel seals, the shocks, that stuff, that's wear and tear. So that wasn't covered by the warranty, So I had to pay for that. So either way, like a truck is you're gonna spend some money on a truck. So it's good to have money saved. It's good to have some type of nest egg, Depending on the type of truck, like, man, I don't like I said, like, I know more about trucks from the first time I had, when I had my first truck, I know more about them. But far as eyeing the truck and saying, oh yeah, this is a good truck, man, this is gonna last me forever, blah, I really don't know nothing about that, I mean, I've been driving cars all my life, and I still only have limited knowledge about cars, like that, so I really don't know too much, so far as that, I just picked a truck and said, I'm gonna get that truck. Simple as that, It wasn't no experience with this or nothing, besides the pre-tripping of the trucks before I buy them, everything else like you're supposed to do anyway. What I would recommend, would I recommend somebody buying their own truck? Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'd recommend somebody buying their own truck rather than being a company worker. Like, man, it's a no-brainer, because when you, like, a lot of places don't have, like, workman's comp or nothing like that, So if you get injured on the job or get injured, period, you only getting paid half of what, if anything, of what you've been basically making with the company. But with your own semi, like, if you got a responsible driver, another responsible driver, you could put that driver in your truck and have them make money while you at home. Like, it's so much benefits to having your own truck. Like, the benefits outweigh the disadvantages, Like, it's a business, and with business, it's a chance you take anyway. You always gonna take a chance, like, regardless. So why not take a chance making the most money you can, or having your own business, rather than having to deal with a boss and when to come to work, when not to come to work, which is also a downfall and advantage in itself, because when you got your own truck, you your own boss. So if you like not really motivated, you know, it's some days you could be like, man, I don't think I'm gonna work today. I'm just not gonna work today. And you can stay at home rather than somebody like being in the company, somebody on your neck saying, you know, you worried about getting fired. But with your own truck, you're not worried about getting fired, you know. But that truck note, if you do get a truck note, will be in the back of your head. Like, that got to get paid, you know, and the bills got to get paid. If that truck ain't moving, you're not getting paid. Simple as that, you know. So, but man, what else I had to say about that, man? Like getting a truck, man, is a great investment. It's a business. It's a moving business. It's basically, the truck could be residual income in the long run. You could sit back while somebody else drives and makes you money. It's just simple as that. That's the number one reason to get your own truck. That should be the number one reason. You know, other than that, you don't have a boss. You know, either, I mean, you could be the owner operator, which you could be leased to a company that finds loads for you and you pay them a percentage, or you could do it all yourself and be get your own authority. You know, and you are the company. You doing everything, filing taxes. You filing taxes regardless, but you taking paperwork, you doing everything, managing everything. You are the company, you know. At least with owner operators, they help you with you basically just got to drive the truck. You know, all you got to do is do the work and you get paid, and basically you do your taxes and everything else is taken care of by the company you leased under. I done did both. My time restraints, I really didn't find having my own authority lucrative, because like basically it required me to be in the truck much more than I than I wanted to, or whatever. Being an owner operator, basically I make my own schedule pretty much, you know, and I like this better, or whatever. But my ultimate goal is to get out the truck, basically. My ultimate goal is that, you know, do other businesses, you know, look for something else to do and put a driver in my trucks, you know, a reliable driver, because it's hard to find a reliable driver that's going to treat your truck like you treat it. But yeah, I would advise you, I would say, get your own truck, man. Like, stop wasting time with these companies, because these companies not paying nothing, and they're not gonna pay nothing because it's 18,000 drivers ready to take your place, you know. So I would advise you to get your own truck. Don't be scared. Just jump. That's all you got to do, man. Stop standing on the ledge. Just jump, and you'll never find out what could happen until you do it. So, you can share this, and please subscribe, you know, like it, you know, and I'll talk to you later with another video. Thanks.